Okay, good evening, everyone. Oh, testing. Okay, good. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is John Moody of Moody Mystery. We're playing Ultima 5, Ultima 4, excuse me, in the NES. We're on episode 5, which is, we're still continuing the climb toward Avatarhood. Okay, I'll be right back. I want to get something. Okay, and what I wanted to get was a piece of paper so I can write down notes. So, okay, so I'm not sure where we are. So for a sextant, so Sailor Sam says, if you're wanting a sextant, gives lots of coins at the loam tap, okay? Okay, now if you remember, this is where we normally save the game, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'm actually going to do a save state. And I'm actually going to save it as Ultima4.ss1. Okay, so this is episode 5. And this is on the 21st. And we are intrinsic. Okay? And intrinsic happens to be the city of honor. Behold, nature shines forth anew. Soon we shall harvest what we have sown. Okay, you keep saying that. When at some point, there needs to be a reckoning about, hey, when will the harvest actually occur? My grandfather works the fields night and day. In the time of harvest, he often tells wonderful stories. Okay, so maybe we need to wait for that. Don't see anything back there to indicate, that there's a secret door. Okay, I'm not going to really write anything down for that because and see, they're nice. A lot of times if you want to drink and you say no, they often be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so it looks like we're going up against some okay, so let's have everyone. What'll Moody do? Yep. I forgot that this game was loud, but see, I didn't realize that the sound came back on. It's like the sound was off and the desktop audio wasn't saying anything. And now, yeah, now it's like, I'm going to dial it back even more. Nothing against it, but okay, what will Dupre do? Okay, so here we go. Damage 12. Jana attacks. Damage 10. It's actually a little bit even better. It's an 8.2 day. And actually, it's tied. It's actually tied for the best. So it's actually tied. Okay, we're continue. Yep, nice. So what we're doing is we've actually, hey Tim, how you doing? So we've actually picked up another ship. Oh yeah, and of course what? What? Okay, we have Jeff Tammett redeeming a video or pinball arcade. And I'm trying to think of a good one. Okay, so okay, the one I'm going to talk about, there's a pinball arcade in Kennesaw, Georgia, which I didn't really, came familiar, and it's in, in case you're wondering where Kennesaw is, it's probably one of the many gazillion towns that are probably about 45 minutes, within 45 minutes of Atlanta. It's pretty good arcade. You can pay by the hour, or you can pay by the or they have an all day pass, where you can I think it's like at 25 bucks where you can play all day. Now I'm gonna just say this: people are complaining about, you know, prices going up with like arcade visits. I mean, when I initially went to the Galloping Ghost in the arcade, I think it was like 15 bucks for the whole day. And it wasn't like you know, it's like if you wanted, you actually could go in and you could leave, come back, you know, and you could do that as often as you want. So literally, you pretty much had $15 for a whole day. Now, honestly, considering the electricity that they use, I mean, that's I'm going to be honest with you, that's a steal. Now, the only suggestion I'm going to make is if it's 95 degrees outside, don't go in. Don't go. Just it's literally a sweat box, and it's not a complaint, but but. It's not a complaint, but when you have as much heat generated from the games, there's only so much that you can do to you know what, to essentially remove all the heat from the games, and then you have heat from the outside. And once the ad break goes past us, I'll give you. I think some of you in chat have already covered it. They do have the Ultima 3, which I like. And I wouldn't say it's high on my list. Ultima 4, I mean, it's good. I'd give it like a solid B. I mean, Ultima 3. Ultima 4, I would probably give it almost like an A. It's pretty darn good. Now Ultima 5, I really can't make any judgments about Ultima 5, and the reason being is because I played Ultima 5 on the NES for about a minute, and okay. Okay, we should all be back from our ad break. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish up a couple things. First of all, I'm going to say about Ultima 5 for the NES. Ugh. I mean, I didn't even play it for a minute, and it was just that bad. Thank goodness I did not buy it. We do have a... I would agree with Ultima 4 being the best Ultima game. I'm gonna just say, if you do happen to have like, if you do happen to use an emulator and you want to play Ultima 5, for the NES, be my guest. I'm going to make a fun comment. I put a little snarky comment in there about, you know, another wizardry game. I wouldn't say Wizardry 4 was hard, but they actually, what they had to do is the first puzzle was so tough that they actually had to, they actually made a solution available. Huh, phone game. Wizard variants Daphne? Wizardry will keep us bizardry. And I'm wondering what that Daphne means. You know, I don't know. Is that a connection to Scooby-Doo? Get away from me, ship. Get away from me. You're not coming towards me. No, 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 no. Not today you are. No. That's one thing that I like about this game. You don't have to you don't have to be aware of the wind. But I think keep in mind that these NES cartridges probably only had like limited memory or limited RAM, and so they couldn't put all of the features in there. They had to decide, well, what features are we going to not include? Wow, 256 kilobytes, that's actually more than I expected. And there's also tricks that you can use. I'm going to use this just as an example. That's fine, Jeff Tannerman. Thank you. When I played Commodore, I played Commodore 64, and there were some text adventure games, and the text adventure games could not fit into the memory. So what they did is they set so if you play, let's say like Zork or something on a C64, every so often you'll see the disk drive spin, and what that does is that loads a different part of the game, you know. So there's different ways. I haven't played a lot of NES games, although I will say Tetris I did play, Robo Warrior. There's a few others I like. Silent Service I like, but it's tough getting you with like learning the controls. Okay, so we're back in the castle again. Okay, so whenever you visit the castle, there's always two things that you should do. Visit Lord British and get healed, and visit Hawkwind. Welcome, Moody. I am Hawkwind, seer of souls. I see that which drives thee to deeds of good, or evil. Evil! Evil! Let's see, honesty. Okay, so well on the path means that we're probably at a B. We're probably at about a B. Okay, so compassion, that means we're probably very well, we're probably at an A minus. Oh, Wolfsight CDN, good evening. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're still having fun exploring Wizardry 7. I hope you're having fun still exploring Orc Ogre Castle. Yep. Let's see. Which of the 8 virtues shall I judge? Let's do spirit. Okay. I'm always going to check everything. Yep. And you don't have to say, but I'm just curious where you're grinding levels, because I'm trying to remember where you could grind levels in the castle. I'm gonna do sacrifice and justice. I'm going to check sacrifice. I'm not sure if I checked it. Or if I, if even then. Okay, yeah, so. Oh, okay, cool. Large groups is a good thing, especially if you have it on, like, expert mode. You can get some decent XP. Heard of the hidden village called Cove? I think I know where it is. Okay, I remember that mage didn't. As I said, keep in mind that you don't write everything down, okay? It used to be The Moongate's destination is determined by... Twitch is just full of NES game counselors. Remember those people? I don't know what what you mean by that. Thou art in the presence of His Majesty, Lord British. For so long as evil exists in the hearts of men, a lasting peace can never come. Only the avatar of legend. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So what they did is, it seems like what they would do is they would get people who were like, yeah, let's get a bunch of experts. And then what we'll do is we'll get those experts, and we'll maybe charge like $1.99 per minute, you know, to talk to them. Yes. And you always want to ask for help. And I shall heal thee. Nope. Let us meet again, my friend. Okay, so now we're done with Lord British. So now what we can do is we can look at status. Okay, so Moody, wow, exactly level 5. Now you notice that the sword is a staff, and the bow is a sling. So that's not good. But if, let's say, you look at Shimino, you notice that I'm surprised Shimino doesn't have more experience. But if you look at Dupre has gobs of experience, and that's because Dupre has like a sword and a bow. And so Dupre is naturally going to get, more likely to kill a monster, because how it works, it never cease to fight for virtue. Slowly but surely thou shalt rise to Avatarhood. Because how it works is, oh, okay. Is how it does not fight for Britannia, yes. Someday we shall all fight together. Okay, that's Hawkwind again. But how it works is the person that gets the XP is the person who makes the kill. Welcome to Castle Britannia, home of Lord British. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wander around a little bit. Now, what I'm wondering is, about some of the other runes, because I only have like I think only a few runes. These look to be headlesses, so... Okay, so Moody attacks, damage 15. Jana attacks, damage 15. Dupre attacks, ooh, 43. Oh yeah, Dupre has the swords, so... Okay, wow, these headlesses can hit pretty good. And by the way, today I actually worked out for the first time in a long time. You know, and of course today I did chest and triceps, so kind of my push day. Okay, so you always want to search. Moody looks around. A treasure chest! Who will open this chest? Moody opens the chest. Really? 13 gold? Game, you can do better than that. Ooh! Some of these monsters look lovely. I hate to say it, I think these monsters have the potential to do some pretty good damage. Whoa! Really? They're all casting Reflect. Now this is going to take forever. And the problem is, I don't really know who enemy 3 or enemy 4 is. I really don't know. So it's not like I can, you know, say, oh, wow, 13 XP. So okay, so that's enemy 4. Okay, so we know where enemy. Okay, so here we go. Yes. Okay. Damage 21, good. I think we'll be wiping out another one. Yep, 26. Yep, that takes care of that one. Good, 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 good. Again, we get 13 XP. I'm just gonna concentrate all my attacks on this one skull face. And I would say the skull faces are liches. It would be nice if they could at least tell me the monster type rather than like enemy 1, enemy 2. 17, 16. I'm just going to spread it around. I have a feeling that all of these monsters have reflect on them. And if that's the case, we have to almost wait till they get to they get to us. Yep, enemy 6 parries. Yep, parries. Okay, I don't know what a defeat spell is. I'm not sure. What the heck is a defeat spell? Yep, enemy 6 parries. Yep, so they're parrying. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on attacking until the reflect wears off, which may happen soon. I don't know. Okay, let's all go after this monster on there. And let's have one go after the skull. Yay! Okay, 8 experience. So I thought that was like a devil, but it's at least a demon. So what I'm doing, I'm moving up. And now I'm going to move over. So we're all going to start to move over. Okay, see now that we're next to them, okay, just letting you know there's an ad break that's going to be coming up, so when the ad break hits, I'm actually going to take a break also, so do what you need to do. If you need to go to the bathroom, that's fine. If you need to get a drink, that's fine. $66 gold, that's better. And by the way, how you pause the game is you just click on A, and you just let it there forever. You know. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to wait for the moon gate, because what I want to do is I want to go into Minnock. So runes, all we have is compassion and spirit. Spirituality, so those are the only two we have. Stones, do we have any stones? I have no stones. Okay, these look like mages, so we're gonna... Okay. Okay, is an amazing mage amazing? Yes, unless they're angry. If a mage is ticked off, then it's a raging. Okay. Really? Are you gonna be dealing with this like are you gonna be dealing with like this reflect malarkey? Now that being said, I will be honest with you, it's probably the best strategy, because if it knows that we tend to use a lot of missile weapons, then there it's like okay. I'd say now we don't have to worry too much about reflect spells because all of the monsters are in melee range. You know, like I said before, I worked out earlier, and my workout place, I hate to admit it, I'm going to give you a hint, has a lot of purple in it. Any guesses? Yep. Planet Fitness because, and I'll tell you why. Yes, people do make fun of it, but I have a black card, so what I can do, so when I go back, let's say when I visit my mom in Pennsylvania or my sister in Virginia, I can still work out there. I don't have to look for a gym, you know, because it used to be the gym was with the you know, you had to look for a gym that was affiliated with some like membership or something, you know, and that was tough, you know, that was tough to find. But see, the thing is, Planet Fitness is not tough to find. You know. Too cheap, I understand. I know Planet Fitness is about the cheapest at $10 per month. If you don't do the black card, and that being said, although I will say this, I will say Planet Fitness is the Walmart of gyms. You know, and I mean, honestly, if you are, you know, let's just say that not a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people in there necessarily follow the rules, you know, they're like, you know, I see people on their cell phones, you know, which is okay, you know, they say you shouldn't have them on the floor, but they're not going to stop you anyway, you know. You know, but it's like, hey, if you're on a cell phone, that's fine. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Don't be like next to a piece of equipment. You know, thinking about, you know, don't be telling me I'm still using this and yet you're like yapping on your cell phone. Yes, I'm one of those types that will call you out on it. It's not that I'm being mean, it's just that, you know, hey, you know, it's a little bit of etiquette. But yeah, I will say this, I mean, from what I could see, a lot of people there were doing very good keeping the equipment clean. So that's a good thing. Okay, good. We got rid of that. Is this a 16 XP here? Yeehaw! 16 XP. Yeah, that looks like a gazer. Health rider and an elliptical. I'm trying to think what a health rider is. Trying to remember, is that... I'm not sure if that's one of those where you're like seated and you're rocking back and forth or what. Yeah, but it's funny because like when I go to visit Pennsylvania, yeah. When I go visit Pennsylvania to see Mom, I'm like, I usually hit the gym, and then afterwards, what I usually do is I usually then go to I then usually go to a submarine hoagie shop where I get like, where I usually get like a hoagie with like mayonnaise, oil and vinegar, and probably other fatty meats. But I honestly, I've actually looked at various like home type gyms. Oh, 130 push-ups a day, nice, and that's the best part, you know. And you know, if you've got a flat surface, you're good to go. Now, what I did today for the last time is I actually walked around the block actually 5 times. You know, I'm going to walk around the block to... No, okay. But yeah, I also... I actually started out by doing walking, and then I added like leg lifts and crunches to that. Because core is important, you know. Because you will be surprised what your core, like what your midsection, what it has a lot more functions. It's like if you're trying to stand up, guess what? Yep, you need a strong core. Walking aid. Yeah, oh, we have a trike. That's cool. Because I know at Indiana State, you know, we actually have tricycle races. You know, I think that's like during homecoming, you know. Okay, search. So I'm now going to change my city to Minnock. Minnock. Yeah, if you're having trouble with balancing, yeah, then the 3 wheels is actually a good idea. Welcome to Minnock, City of Sacrifice. Okay. The shrines of virtue demand the runes of virtue. Thou must know. Okay, and the reason I'm not writing that down is because I know that from previous knowledge, Ultima knowledge. Each virtue has a rune. Each virtue has a stone. Okay. And again, this is a place where you can seek the orange stone of sacrifice in the dungeon Covetous. I think we know that, but I'm going to steal orange stone of sacrifice. And that's in the dungeon Covetous. Okay. So that sounds like fun. Yes, Hellgraft is the NES version. Yep. Okay, and of course if you go up here, this is normally where you save your game. I'm going to demonstrate how you technically should save it. Welcome, welcome, a room is 20 gold. I like that, that's repetitive. It's like a room is 20 gold pieces gold. It should say a room is 20 gold pieces. Wilt thou stay? Very well. Shalt I record thy journey? Yes. It is done. But again, what I do is I don't cheat. I use save states. So this is what I do. I'm using an emulator where I can easily save the state. Let's go down and let's see what's down here. Sacrifice? Why, 'tis care for others before oneself. Seek the rune and travel to the shrine in the east. Okay, that's nice, but where is the rune? Welcome to the weapon shop. What can I do? Let's see what you have to buy. Okay, you've got some really good weapons, but I can't afford the really nice ones, and I don't know if I really want them yet. Let's see what's back here. Ooh. Oh yay, there's a forge. I am Zircon, a very busy smith. A very, very busy smith. I think we talked to her already. Let's go south in the mountains. Let's see. Nope, I don't see anything down there. Let's see, is there anything? No, I don't see anything up there, and I don't see any like secret type passages or anything to indicate that there is a secret passage. Sacrifice springs from love and courage. Dost thou have the courage to love others? Less fortunate than thyself. I'm going to say yes. Show thy commitment. Okay. Now, I have a feeling, I think what he means by show thy commitment is going in here and giving to the beggars. I am Julius, and I stand for the poor among us. Wilt thou help? Yes. My thanks. May I accompany thee to do greater works abroad? Well, I normally would say yes, but see, it's going to kick you out. Because it's going to tell me that, to wield the skull of Mondane. Okay, so if we wield skull of Mundane. So what that'll do is level a city and to slay all within. Such power I can scarcely hope to claim. So this person is crazy for the whatchamacallit, for the skull of Mundane. I can neither walk nor work, kind friend. Please, a single coin. Yes. How much do you want to give? Let's give him 2. Zircon awaits. So Zircon awaits the bearer of the scale. Okay, so I have a feeling that that's probably some type of like animal scale, which maybe Zircon is going to use to forge it into something. I have sleeping sickness. Huh? Oh yes, I must have suffered a tsetse bite. Wilt thou buy me a drink? Yeah. How much do you want to give him? I'll give you 5. Eh? Thank you kindly. The runes in a tinker's fireplace. Ooh, nice! So the rune is in a tinker's fireplace. Alms, alms for the poor. Wilt thou help? Yes. How much do you want to give him? Have a nice day. What? No, not even any help? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the state Okay, I think it's down here. Yep, Tinker's fireplace, so let's be a little careful here, okay? Last thing we want to have is we want to have some dead characters. Moody looks around. Moody finds the rune of sacrifice. Let's see how. Okay, ooh, we're a bit wounded. Okay, so we're wounded. So we really, what I think we really need to do, as much as I would like to get to. Look in some other cities. I think we need to go back to Lord British and get healed. Oh, what is this? Oh yeah. Okay, oh good, cool, we got lucky. I was worried that the mountains would kind of block us in, but it looks like it isn't. What we're doing is we're all going after one monster, because what that does okay, so what we need to do, we need to get Moody out of the energy field. So that'll get Moody out of the energy field. Yay, we beat enemy 2. Woohoo! Okay, I'm hoping that who we're going after is not enemy 1. If this is enemy 1, I'm gonna scream. Okay, nope, good. So that's good. Okay, there's also pro football on right now, so I'm watching that. Ooh, Baltimore's leading 27-10, about middle of the third quarter. So. Okay, just letting you all know there's an ad break coming. And it's about 1:15. So when an ad break comes up, what you do is just take the time to do what you want. Bathroom, get a drink, just relax. But no need to kind of like click off the tab and then click back on it again. Just Okay, I have a feeling that this skull has a reflect spell on it. And if that's the case, yep. Okay. Yeah, it's going to say the enemy parries the attack, which is nice. I'm still just going to attack even... Oh. Okay, ad break, so be right back, everyone. Okay, so ad break is over, so I'm going to welcome everyone back, and I want to thank everyone for viewing. I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. I've set my schedule somewhat, so it looks like Mondays are probably going to be Ultima 4. Wednesdays are going to be Wizardry 7, the D Forte mod. Fridays are going to be Wizardry 5, and there may be a few other pop-up streams. Maybe a few other pop-up streams. Thank you, Tim. I'm glad you're hanging out. And usually, you may wonder why I'm attacking anyway. It's just because of the fact that I don't want to do anything else. And there's no like pass command. There's no command where you can just like pass. Oh, it looks like the reflect spell has worn off. Okay, so it looks like we kind of have to wait for the moon gates to go around. You know, we have to get, you know... Okay, so we've got these... At least, if I remember correctly, none of them... If I remember correctly, none of them do... None of them do some serious, like spell attacks or whatnot, so I think we're good there. Yes, Hellgraph, they only allow you four people in the party. You know, because I actually tried that a couple times to get a 5th person, and it said, no, no, no. There's no room. Yeah. But it's like a lot of games are different. It's like when I look at party sizes, it's like, you know, 4 is actually not bad because I know Ultima 3 had a 4-person party. A lot of 6-person parties, like I know the early Wizardries had them. I think some of the other games, like I think Bard's Tale maybe had it, and then there's I think like 8. I know Ultima 4, the PC version, has 8 possible party members. And I think you actually have to have all 8. So in other words, I think if you're gonna go to the final Stygian Abyss, you're going to. Ooh. Yeah. I'm not sure what happens, Tim, if you don't have all 8. I'd be curious as to what happens. I don't know. Tim, did you ever try it and see what happened? If, let's say, okay, true, but I'm curious what happens if you don't have a full party. That's what I want to know. Okay, what do you mean you can't? Oh, it doesn't let you win. How far does it let you get? Does it let you get all the way to like the final room and then just says you're in a room of darkness? Is that what it does? Yep. And you're like, how do you know, Moody? Well, what happened is I actually forgot an item. I think it was a silver horn, and I went all the way through. This was on the Commodore 64. And I had spent like 2.5 hours navigating the dungeon. And then I get to the end, and then it gives me that message. Ugh. No, I don't need the horn for the abyss, but still it flagged me. It still, even though I didn't have the horn, I think it still, I think it still did for some reason, and I mean, that's the thing I was missing. No, I'm pretty sure I had everything. This was a long time ago when I was in college, you know, so I may not remember all the details. Yeah, need the stones, the 3-part key, all 8 companions. And I think you also need the word of power. If I remember correctly, I mean, there's a word of power that you need to know, and it's actually split up into 3 syllables, and you have to, yeah. Now, interestingly, in Ultima 5, they actually give you the word of power. Well, I mean, for the last dungeon, I should say that there's like 7 other words of power in Ultima 5. I'm just wondering, Helgrab, I'm playing Ultima 4. Did you try to do? Did you try to play? Did you try to play it on tough mode and start with a shepherd? Because honestly, that's the fun. That's the fun one. That's the fun one because you start off pretty weak. You start off pretty weak, and if I remember, you can't. Yeah, that's the thing. If you start out with the shepherd, you can't get Katrina. Oh yeah, it was tough because it's. Oh yeah, booze. Oh yeah. Remember, let's go after one. Let's focus on one skull, one lich at a time. Yeah. Yeah, because you know that one of the liches is going to cast. Yeah, I don't know what the defeat spell is. I've seen it cast couple times, but it's like it never really, you know, like did anything. You know, I really haven't seen any, you know, any effects. Okay, whoever enemy 1 is. Yay! We got Tremor going. Oh boy. I'm actually going to heal Jana. And Jana's also going to heal herself. Yep. Hey, 69 points. Wow. Okay, let's start meleeing some of these monsters because some of them, what they did do is they did cast some reflect spells, so we need to yeah. Okay, so right now we're in a tough battle. Hopefully the gate will show up soon enough that we can at least move to the next phase. And once we move to the next phase, then we can quickly move to the phase after that. I hope everyone's doing well. I know I'm having a blast here. I mean, I was planning, I'm not sure how long I'm going to go. I may go to 10, I may go to 40. What do you mean played in Ultima this way? You mean like the NES version, or or the way, I'm just playing it how I normally play it, go after the oh, the NES version, yep. Well, actually, if you look at it, if you actually look at the game actually is the game actually is pretty. It's different. It's different enough, but it's similar enough. Okay, so we've got one more lich to go. Yep, they're still parrying. Okay, Dupre's gonna move up. Shimino's just gonna attack anyway, cause just in case the reflect wears off. A treasure chest. Who will open this chest? Now, in all of the I'm on the 5th episode, I have yet to have a chest that was trapped. I have yet to have a chest that was trapped. Okay, good. I'm actually going to save it here. One thing I've learned is that you want to save often. Even if, let's say, you're doing an Iron Man run. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the term, Iron Man run means that one shot. In other words, if your party dies, you start over. Yep, doesn't matter whether you like playing Wizardry 6 and let's say you die in like on the second battle, or you get all the way to the temple. Ugh. Don't even talk about that. Don't even talk about that. You get all the way to the temple and you get party wiped. By where a group of monsters attacked you right after you saved, and Didn't have a chance to get the buffs, and you know, one of my spells fizzled, and then the other spell didn't go off because the character was silenced, and oh, but never mind. Don't mind me, I like to have fun. I may be a bit tired, and I think part of that is because I worked out today. Chest and tries, so... And this is the first time I've worked out in a while. Oh, great, Shamina. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That one thing is a gazer. Yeah, that multi... No, we better melee. Let's see, Dupre, why don't you go after the gazer? Yeah, because gazers can cast a sleep spell. Oh shit, Shamino's... Yay! Shamino wakes up. So my hope is that ooh, yeah. Got rid of the gazer, so... Let's heal up Shamino, because Shamino could use it. Okay, Shamino's go. Ooh, 70, nice. Okay, and it looks like this game does not have what I call a greater heal, like a heal all or greater heal. Oh wait. Moody looks around. A treasure chest. Okay, good. So we're back at Lord British's castle, which is a good thing. Okay, so remember, whenever you're in Lord British's castle, remember two things. Hawkwind and okay, I'm gonna look at sacrifice and compassion. And then now we're progressing. Ooh, we're progressing very well. So I think that the giving the gold in Minnock, I think really helped. Really helped with the compassion. Let's check on spirituality. And let's look at humility. Okay, so we're doing very well in humility. Nope, we're good. I just wanted to see, I thought maybe... Okay, now one thing you don't want to do is you see those treasure chests? Don't touch them. Don't even think about it. Do pray, I am well pleased with thy progress. Thou art now level 6. Shermino, I am well pleased with thy progress. Thou art now level 4. Experience more. Yes, we're gonna have you heal us. Nope. Okay. So it looks like 3418 Baltimore, and it's like about 10 minutes left in the game. Okay. Okay, I already know where I'm going to go next. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's thank you for the insight. I see. I'm always curious. You know, sometimes I'm one of those that you know, I'm just one of those that, you know, just like, okay, what do I, you know, it's like you're playing the first Zork and you're like, oh, I'm in a room smelling of coal gas. Oh, I'm just wondering what happens if I decide to light a match? I'm gonna light a match in a room full of coal gas. I'll tell you what, if you ever have a chance, save the game, then do that. Because I will say this, the game also has a sense of humor about it, so. Yes, I do. I'll tell you what, this person who's in need, they're gonna be a politician one day, because they're like they're flip-flopping like you won't believe. Okay. Okay, right now I'm just going to say that I'm not sure when I want to end the stream. I think it depends on how much fun I'm having, and it also depends on if we get any raids. If we get raids, then yeah, that's going to change things. Okay, let's talk to this person. 8 runes, 8 stones, seek them all. Now, one thing I have not heard anything about is mantras. Welcome to the healer. May I serve thee? No. Wilt thou give of thy own blood so that another may live? This you say yes to, because this is where your sacrifice goes up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to exit. Oh, okay. Okay, so we've eliminated one wizard. Nice! Nice work, Shamino. Hey Cody, welcome on in. I must say you're looking more virtuous than last stream. Now, do you mean like more energetic, or do you mean more virtuous as in like I'm getting closer to being an avatar? Oh, okay, yep. Definitely getting there. Okay, so we're down to 2 wizards. Okay. Okay, so let's keep on. Okay, looks like we're about to kill the last wizard. Yay. Search, yeah, it's gonna tell us a treasure chest, yeah. Who will open this chest? Moody, and as usual, there's not a trap. Okay, So it looks like I'm gonna need to find me some herbs. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually going back to the castle, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get healed, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then do the trick of donating blood twice. Now, I don't think you can do it twice in the same thing, and not get credit for it, but what you can do is you can then go in and go in and what you can do is you can come back out and then go back in. And I think that's how. Okay, yeah, Hawkwind. Remember Hawkwind, Moody. Do you like South Park, Moody? Yes, I do. I will admit to it. Okay, we're doing very well in the compassion. So we're gonna do sacrifice. Okay, we're still only... And let's look at spirituality. Oh, now we're progressing very well in spirituality. Yeah, I remember seeing a couple of the South Park games. Okay, so here we go again. So we're going to go back. We're going to talk to the beggar and we're going to give them some coins. Just a few coins. Okay, so now let's hit this again. Enjoy the game. That's something I may explore. Yes, I will. I will be glad to give some blood. Okay, so I haven't saved in a while, so let's do a save state. Okay, so we're going 2 hours and 40 minutes. Tentatively, so that's again. It could be shorter. The only way it would be shorter is if, let's say we had a Twitch glitch. I just decided, you know, I'm done with this. An anti-Ultima 4, a game where you become the most evil. Oh crap. You didn't see this, okay? You didn't see that. I had a wrong button push. Cody, I know this is not a role-playing game. But the closest one of the game that comes to mind is the game that comes to mind is, I think it's for the Commodore 64, and it's called How to Be a Complete Bastard. And it's one of those games where you literally try to do extremely obnoxious stuff. You know, I haven't played it much, but I know. But if I remember correctly, you do like really gross things. You know, like maybe, for example, like smear feces on like the mirror, or, you know. You know, things like that. Sacrifice. What? I'm only progressing well? And sacrifice? Sheesh. Let's check spirituality. I think something glitched here, you know. Let's check humility while I'm here. Because I don't see justice moving or honesty. Okay. I'm going to do that again because I don't believe the humility. Wow, okay. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to get healed by Lord British. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to... I think I'm going to go to Moonglow. Come on. Yeah, heal me, okay? Even though my character is down, but I'm not gonna... I'm just gonna still... Let's save the state. Let's save it so we can... Oh, come on. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with like game development these days, but I know back in the early days they had some not only fun games, but they had a few off-the-wall games. And honestly, there was a Commodore 64. There was about four or five Commodore 64 games I came across that I'm thinking, you know, Moody, if you streamed those games, those Commodore 64 games, I'm going to tell you what, you're going to be in super big trouble. And I don't mean big trouble as in like, you know, is in like you get a severe warning. It's probably going to be on the order of account ban, because let's just say there's Commodore games out there that are really, how can we say it? Let's just say very sexually explicit. So I'll just leave it at that. Hey, welcome back. Steam has a lot of those. They're fun, yeah. Well, welcome back, Wolfsight CDN. We're actually going for about till 2:40. So, I mean 2 hours and 40 minutes. So feel free to stick around. Oh, found a bonsai tree. Okay. Okay, so I already know where you are. So I kind of know where you. Yeah. Oh yay! There's your ship waiting for us. I won't say much more about that area, but yeah, that's fun. Okay, looks like we've got some wizards and some demons. Okay, wow, the game's gotten a little close. 41-31. Baltimore Ravens are still leading, but it's getting a little bit tight. Looks like there's only one monster left, so everyone's going to be attacking that monster. Okay, search. Moody looks around. A treasure chest. Who will open this chest? Moody, open the chest. Moody finds 50 gold. Okay, now one thing I have yet to really find out here is whether or not, how do I say this, whether or not there's alright, okay, there's a wizard here. Let's talk to the wizard. Thou must learn to be ashamed of the untruths thou dost tell. Art thou content with anything less than unblemished truth? Nope. That was a weird sequence. It seemed like, okay, you know, that almost seemed like a trap. So I'm wondering if, you know, okay, that's the inn. Dost thou see it? Canst thou see it? The Rune of Honesty, 3 steps south. Okay, so there is an ad break coming up. Honesty Shrine lies in the island to the north. So I'm wondering if the rune is somewhere in this neighborhood. Dost thou see it? Canst thou see it? Okay, ad break is coming up. So BRB, this is the last one. Okay, ad break is over, so I want to welcome everyone back. And from what I can tell, it looks like the, I am a fortune teller. Sorry. A great quest shall lead thee into the abyss where the codex awaits. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. So I'm just wondering if it's somewhere in here where the rune is. Wolfside CDN says thinks he knows where to search. Ah! Yep. So it was 3 steps south of that mage up there. Okay. Good. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we've got another mage. I'm Basil, and I've got a secret. And wouldn't ye like to know? Welcome to the healer. Nah, I'm good. Yes, yes, yes. You always want to do that. Well, if you want to, as I said, I don't think I put in the tags, but I don't mind backseating. But if you're gonna backseat, then so see, we need to know the ingredients. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so let's do other recipe. Herbs. So I've got ash, ginseng, garlic, Glass and pearl. Oh yeah, I'm missing spider silk. Spider silk. Spider... Okay, be careful, Moody. You don't want to get a copyright strike. Okay, so we're going to save this. Hast thou been to Spells Unlimited? Yes. The magic of sleep is made from ginseng and silkweb. So, sleep. So I'm going to put stars by the spell. So see that, so that's how we get to have to learn the spells. So we have to talk to people and they'll tell us the ingredients. Okay, yeah, I already know that, so that's why I'm not whatchamacalliting. Let's see what you have to say. Wait on the cape across the bridge. Okay, oh yeah, this cranky guy. Oh yeah. I am Mariah, both adventuress and sorceress, and I am so weary of this place. Art thou on a noble quest? Yep. I envy thee. Okay, so Basil's got a secret. I'm gonna write that down. Now, a lot of times how these things work is, in this case, you probably have to talk to a specific person that knows Basil. Okay. Welcome to the herb shop. Can I help? Ah, yes, silkweb. Its price is 3 gold pieces each. How many dost thou wish? That will be 90 gold pieces, okay? Yes. I am blind. Please count 90 gold and hand it to me. I thank thee. Ah, this is the honesty test. 90 gold pieces. Okay, yes. I am blind. Please count 90 gold pieces and hand it to me. I thank thee. Let's go with ginseng. Now, one thing, if I remember this game, is the thing about this game is if you try to, let's say you only have 100 gold pieces and you try to buy something that's 150, what it will do is it will at least stop it. Yep. Garlic. Yep. I thank thee. Moss, yeah, let's get some moss. Thank thee. More reagents, nope. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that helped us with honesty. So let's save it. Let's save the state. Okay. Okay, so let's start the attack. Okay, so let's everyone keep attacking. Yay, we beat another enemy. Okay, so got some more attacks coming. Okay. Right. Okay, we're all going after the demon because it's obvious that the wizard has a reflect spell on. And as I said, we're slowly wrapping things down. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the castle. I'm going to check in. I'm going to probably check in Hawkwind, get healed up, and call it a day. So, and right now I'm looking at potential raid targets or raid place. It's raid. I don't really see anyone out there. I'm not. It's not a complaint, okay? I'm not like, you know. It's just that I started later than expected. I wasn't feeling the best. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna go, but things settled down and I'm like, okay, I'm here. Moody's gonna open it and Moody's gonna find, you know, okay, so what I did do is I'm back at the castle, so we're gonna do a Hawkwind check, heal, and then call it a stream. Okay, so as I said, I don't see any potential raid targets, so I'm just going to end the stream, and I want to thank everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you Wednesday where I'm going to continue the wizardry. Okay, let's go to humility. Okay, so we're worthy of humility. So let's check spirituality. Okay, we're progressing very well in spirituality. So honor, we're good. I better check honor just to be safe. Yep. Because what can happen sometimes even if you have the Avatarhood for honor, if you do something dishonorable, it could be taken away. I'm going to sacrifice. Yep, it only says I'm progressing well. Let's do justice. Okay, and at last we're going to do compassion, and then we'll go to Lord British and get healed. Okay, so we're going up the steps to... come on! Get out of the way! We're gonna go up the steps, Lord British. We're just gonna get our health back, and then we're gonna go back down. We're gonna go outside. We're just gonna call it a day. Actually, I'm not gonna go back outside because what sometimes will happen is sometimes you will get attacked. Yes. Health. Nope. Nope. Let's get out of here. Let's get out. Let's get out. Let's get to the castle entrance. And I don't see anyone else that came in new. Let's check my other list. Nope, same here, no one new. And as I said, some of you may be like, Moody, you're like not rating like you're used to. Yeah, I'm just a little more particular about, you know, whom I rate. You know, I'm not just gonna say, you know. Okay, so we're gonna save it here. Save state. Okay, and we are going to call it a night, so I want to see you Wednesday, and thank you. Have a good night, everyone.